Hey Nadine. Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Uh, Alright guys, if you're joining me, can you help me to tap the screen and share the live? We're gonna talk US immigration this evening. Particularly we're gonna look at a little asylum right now. A lot of you out there that have your pending asylum need to take an action. And if you don't take that action, you may risk having your asylums getting denied. So if you're coming in, just help me to tap the screen and share the live, and then let's get some people in so that we can start the conversation. Hey Barbara, good evening, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Somebody says, hi, good evening, what's next after getting I-765 for the T visa? Then you're gonna look at jobs, start working, and then you will wait on the adjudication of your T visa, right? All right, so then you'd have to wait on the case to be adjudicated. But typically, when you get your work permit and your social security, you can start working. And as I've always said, when you start working, make sure that you're saving some money for rainy day, especially. All right, and the way how things are looking right now, that rainy day money is gonna come in pretty handy soon. But again, if you're joining, help me to tap the screen and share the live. We're going to talk about asylum and that annual fee, that $100 fee. Y'all need to make sure that you're paying that fee. All right, y'all need to make sure that you're paying that $100 fee. And it doesn't matter how you filed your asylum, whether you filed your asylum with USCIS or whether you file it with the immigration court. Consultation right now is going for $79. If you text the number above, we could get you connected, but consultation is going for $79. Call us 850-920-3475 or text us 850-920-3475. But as I'm saying, if you have a pending asylum, you need to pay your asylum annual fee. Okay? You need to pay your asylum annual fee. It's pretty important that you pay it. All right, somebody says, hey, my mom husband filed for her, sent in NVC, got all documents. How long for the interview in Jamaica? Is your mom husband a US citizen or a green card holder? Which one? How can I get in contact if I'm not in America? You can WhatsApp the number also, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. You can WhatsApp that number and we'll connect with you. Or you could just send us a message in the DM and we can also connect with you from there. All right. Somebody here says US citizen. Okay, so typically, visas are readily available. So I'll say once they're documentarily qualified at the NVC level, give it 1 to 2 months, and they should schedule an interview for that. All right, somebody says, hey, I used the digital signature on my I-130A RFE. How can I fix this issue? Did they say it's an issue? And when you say digital signature, was it one that you signed? Did you draw a signature, sorry? Or did you just write your name out? Good evening. Do you do T visas? Yes. You can reach out to us if you need help with your T visa. The number is above my head. Is 8509203475. Somebody says, where are you located? I am located in Georgia and Florida. I'm in Georgia and in Florida. So, but it doesn't matter where I'm at. I can be wherever you want me to be. We're happy to help you. Hey, Jamro Caramel, not you going to New York after I spent 2 years in New York waiting on you there, and now you're just deciding to go to New York. All right, Jacqueline, no problem. No problem, Jacqueline. I'll definitely respond to you. Is digital signature acceptable? If you draw it, yes. I've never gotten it rejected. Alright, so if you have a pending asylum, you need to be paying that $100 annual fee. Whether it is with USCIS or it's with the court, you need to pay that $100 fee. Just today, I was talking to somebody and they showed me a notice that they got from USCIS saying, in order for them to continue processing their case, they need to pay the fee. And so I'm coming here to tell you, you need to pay the $100 fee, because if you don't pay that $100 fee, then they may pause processing your case, or they may dismiss your case, and you do not want them to dismiss your case, because if they dismiss your case, then guess what? They're going to place you in removal, right? And so you want to pay that $100 fee, which is the asylum annual fee. So make sure you log into the EOIR e-payment website, make your payment using your A number, or you go onto the USCIS website and make your payment there too. Okay. Somebody says, how long we wait after green card interview? Answer, with your spouse. Typically 120 days. After 120 days, if you don't hear anything, then you need to start following up, right? But typically the wait period is 120 days in order for you to hear something. But if you don't hear anything within 120 days, it's time to start following up. All right. Guys, if you're on the live, help me to tap the screen and share the live. Invite some of your friends to come on in. We're talking U.S. immigration. Again, everything that we discuss here is for educational purposes. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? Somebody says, can ask you a question offline, please? Sure. Send us a DM, Alexia. Send us a DM. Your health matters. Thank you so much for coming on. Somebody says, a lady shoplifted and arrested her 3 months now. Why did her shoplifting case get disposed? You're asking why? So here's the thing. The Laken-Riley's Act, okay? And that answers your question. The Laken-Riley's Act, what happens is that if you shoplift or do any of those sort of things, right? You are subject to mandatory detention by ICE. You remember the Laken-Riley's Act? Laken-Riley from Georgia? Yes. So that's what's happening. So if you go to a store and you shoplift or anything of that sort, mandatory detention. Mandatory. That is why I tell my friends all the time, and I have no need to be doing this, but even when I go to Walmart, even when I don't walk, or even when I don't buy anything, I'm showing them a receipt going out, which is not necessarily a receipt, but I'm like, I have nothing, right? Because Walmart, they're notorious for saying, the camera caught you doing this or whatever the case may be. And I'm not going to shoplift anything. I don't want anybody to even make the mistake to want to say I shoplift something. All right? So shoplifting will get you detained. Driving without a valid driver's license will get you detained. Your Jamaican driver's license is not a valid driver's license in the US. An international driver's license is not a valid driver's license in the US. And so driving with something like that or one of those will possibly get you detained if local police stops you and they're working along with ICE, or sometimes ICE is doing their patrol. Or their stops on the highways, and you may get arrested and detained for that. Okay, So be careful as you navigate these streets, because all of those things can get you in ICE custody. And when you get into ICE custody, then the burden of getting a bond to come out. And the way it works with immigration bond is not like when you're in criminal court and your bond is $5,000 and you pay 10%. No, in immigration court, if the bond is 10,000, you got to pay all 10,000. If the bond is 20,000, you got to pay all 20,000. All right, so there's no 10% down. Do we have to pay the $100 fee while we have no court date? Yes, you must pay it. Once you have a pending asylum, whatever your situation is, you must pay the $100 fee. If you don't pay it, you're risking getting your case being thrown out or dismissed. Okay? Somebody says, hi Jay, I go for my interview next week while my due date is 3 days after the interview. So imagine your water, imagine your water break in the interview. Imagine your water break in the interview. I mean, the officer would have no other choice but to approve you, right? But if you send a message, guys will respond to it. But hey, Kathy, 1, 2, 3, good evening. But that would be so funny. I know you'd be in pain, perhaps, if contraction starts. But I'm gonna pray with you that it don't happen. Yeah, I'm gonna pray with you that that you're able to do this interview. All right. Hey, good evening. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, remember, if you're joining us, we're talking U.S. immigration. Remember to tap that screen and share the live. And what we're saying is, if you have a pending asylum, make sure you're paying that $100 fee. Okay? It doesn't matter when you filed your asylum, just pay the fee. It's $100. Okay? Just pay it. You're paying it to be on the right side. And I'll tell you the truth. This $100 that you're paying, is you paying, and I'm not going to say it like that. This is what is using to fund the deportation. That's what is being used to fund the deportation. So I know it's a sad situation, but yeah, they're making you fund your own deportation. AJ, thank you for speaking with me today. Not a problem. It's my pleasure. How do you pay? So if you are in court, you go to EOIR ePay, and then you can pay there using your A number. If you're with USCIS, I think there might be a link that you have to use to pay on the USCIS website, but make sure you pay. I think, yes, I did receive your email. I need to review it. All right. But guys, remember, if you have a pending asylum, pay. Again, can you help me to tap the screen? That's all I ask for. I'm trying to go to 10K likes. Pretty please. Somebody says, bro filed for mom and she's applying for mass health. Can government sue him because of public fund? What is mom's status? Can't renew driver's license with extension of EAD. Your DMV is not allowing you. So I think mom should qualify for that. So I don't think it should be an issue. Right, so some DMVs will not allow you to renew the driver's license with just the extension. They kind of want to see the physical card with the extension on it. Others will be a little bit more lenient and will issue the driver's license. For example, some places you just need to have like the work permit and a copy of the 485 receipt, and then they'll typically issue you the driver's license. Okay. Why is it an I-824 needs to be filed after an I-130 approval? It depends. You file an I-824 if you're trying to move the case to the consulate. So if you're trying to move the case to the consulate, then that's when you'll file. That's when you'll file that. All right. Bless up, Jay. I tried to get in touch with you after my consultation about 2 weeks ago, and I didn't hear back. Go ahead. David, somebody said that you reached out to me, and I think I gave them a response for you. But go ahead and reach out to us. Send us a text message, 850-920-3475. Yeah, because the systems communicate, Munir. The systems communicate. Work permit can renew with your driver's license? Yes, it can. On the Trump administration, if a person comes through the border, even though him have a work permit, okay? Well, EAD is taking longer than 160 days since applied for renewal. Oh yeah, I've had an EAD that it took 1 year. 1 year before they approve the renewal. And they did say it. They say that they'll automatically extend it for 540 days. And, you know, the approvals were taking up to 1 year. And it literally take 1 year. All right? It's guaranteed him get his green card. So Island Boy is saying, under Trump administration, if a person comes through the border, even though him have work permit, is he guaranteed that he'll get a green card? No. How did he get the work permit, Island Boy? How did he get the work permit? So yes, if you even on the Trump administration, if you qualify for a green card, you may get one, right? Nobody's entitled to one, but if you qualify for one, you may get it. You know, regardless of whoever is in power. All right. How do I go about getting a fiancé visa? Well, you can reach out to me if you need someone to put that, Karen. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, funny, I never got an EAD since I filed July. I got interview. Yes, and I've had people, you know, like that. That even today, one person asked me, how is it that I'm already scheduled for interview and I haven't gotten any EAD yet? Listen, it happens. And there's no hard and fast rule that says you must get an EAD before an interview. As a matter of fact, I prefer to get scheduled for an interview even before the EAD, because guess what? The interview will decide whether or not I'm getting that green card, right? So I definitely prefer that. And then others, you know, they get the EAD and then it takes a long time for them to be scheduled for an interview. As a matter of fact, we had a case where we filed it less than 2 months ago. I think it might be 6 weeks or so now since we filed it. Let me actually tell you when we filed it. So that I am not lying. Hey, Kayla's Kitchen, how you doing? One moment, guys. One moment. Bear with me. One moment. I think these are they. So, no, this is not the one that I need. Is it this one? I don't think this is it either. Okay, so I don't know where it is, but it's less than 2 months ago they're already scheduled for interview. All right, less than 2 months ago they're already scheduled for interview. I really don't know if he marry or seek asylum. Okay, so you gotta know what he did, Island Boy. All right, somebody says my asylum is approved after 6 months. Can I apply for green card? You can, but it won't be adjudicated until after a year of you having an approved asylum. Can I travel on my 48-month extension? You actually can, but talk to your lawyer before you decide to travel outside of the country. Somebody says, after your K1 visa, how long would it take to get a green card? So you got a K1 visa, you came into the US and you got married within the 90 days and then you filed the green card. And we're looking at normal processing time right now, anywhere from 6 to 9 months. All right. Hey, Kayla's Kitchen. Somebody says, what docs are you referring to carry for the interview? So the interview notice literally gives you a list of the documents to take in, but make sure you're taking all your original documents. So the original of the marriage certificate, the birth certificate, the passports, you know, birth certificate of both you and your spouse, passport. And if you're supposed to have a passport, take it. Your driver's license, they must have the same address when you're going in. The tax return transcript, and any additional evidence to prove bona fide marriage. You want to take those with you when you're going in for your interview. All right. Somebody says, my asylum has been approved after 6 months. You asked that question already and I gave you an answer. Somebody else is asking, I think I answered that one already too. Asylum still a keep? Yes, it's keeping. A lot of people are getting asylums approved, a lot are getting denied, and a lot are being placed in removal proceedings. Do you advise traveling outside of the country on an EAD? You can't travel outside of the country on an EAD, Shaq. Tell us more about that. How do you plan to travel on an EAD? Unless that EAD is the, what you call it? It's the combo card. All right. It's been 7 months. We did our interview and still reviewing. Is that okay? In some cases, yes, but I'd say follow up. Have you called them yet? Have you written any letter to them? Guys, here's a trick that I want you guys to deploy. When you go to your interview, the officer is going to tell you their name. Their name is going to be on the door. Make sure that you remember their names. Guess what? Their names actually could tell you what their email address is. And so, if they tell you you're going to get a response within 120 days, and now it's 7 months, remember you had their email address. You can send them an email. Okay? One time we had a case in Alabama, and the interview was done in March. And in September, we still had not gotten anything on there. They approved the I-130, but they didn't approve the 485, and we haven't gotten anything. And then I got an RFE from that location, and I saw the name of the field office director, and we wrote the field office director. And after writing the field office director, we sent the mail like Monday. On Thursday, we saw the case actively being reviewed, and then on Saturday it was approved. So I'm just saying. All right. Somebody says, Jay, how long after submitting your AS do you get receipt notice? Typically within 2 to 3 weeks. After 30 days, you write the lockbox, okay? If you have a combo card, you can actually travel outside of the country, but talk to your attorney before you decide to travel. Somebody says, okay, I got it. Even though I submit the tax transcript, should I still bring it? Yes, you can bring a copy of it. All right. Can you file an asylum after 2 years? You can if you have valid reasons for filing an untimely asylum application. You must have a valid reason for filing an untimely asylum application. All right. Somebody says, can someone on a C1D visa in the United States get married and gain status? If you came on a C1D visa, you cannot adjust status in the US, right? Because the C1D visa only allowed you to transit through the US, and now you stayed and you got married to a US citizen. You can file Javin an I-130 and you could possibly get it approved, but you cannot adjust status in the US. All right, you're thinking about getting a waiver and leaving and coming back. All right. Somebody says, oh yes, through marriage, got interview notice for myself. And kids, do they have to go? Yes, take the kids with you. Not a problem. My pleasure, Candy K. Guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Again, also remember to tap the screen and share the live. We're talking U.S. immigration. Everything we're discussing is for educational purposes. None of it should be understood as legal advice. Okay? If you get denied, can you refile? You possibly can, Janet. It depends on why you got denied. So look at the reason for your denial and fix it. If you want some help with that, go ahead and give us a call or send us a text message, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. You text us right now, we'll respond to you. Okay? Somebody says, can I apply on the basis of where I was living in Jamaica? Is a bad place, plus son, I have autism. That perhaps is not so much a reason for asylum. So when they talk about asylum, they talk about nexus, right? So how is it that what you faced, right? The persecution that you claim you face fits in what an asylum is. And that is, we're talking about, you must have persecution or fear of persecution. This persecution is either by the government or a group the government feel the control. And then you fit within one of these 5 categories: your race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or particular social group. That's the nexus. How is it that what you faced or you went through or you're scared of fits within one of those? All right. And somebody says, hi, how long does it take SSN when I apply first time? SSN typically takes like 7 days, sometimes even faster than that. Somebody says waiting 70 days after interview, not a marriage case either. Oh, what type of case is that? Hey, Millicent, good evening. Thank you so much for joining. Somebody says, what if you married to a U.S. citizen that's on Social Security? Can you do AOS? Yes, you can. Go ahead and give me a call. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, why are so many J1 getting waiver denied? You don't know why? Because the Department of State is not approving them. The Department of State is making recommendations that USCIS not approve them. All right, because of course, you know, they're controlling migration and all of that. And you know, it's so unfortunate that you have a J1 waiver that has a 2-year home residency requirement that requires you to go home and spend 2 years in your home country before you can change or adjust your status inside the United States. All right. Somebody says, when USCIS says 3 weeks estimated until decision, what it means for the I-130, it means nothing. All right, because they may say 3 weeks and then you check it again tomorrow, it says 15 months. You check it again the next day, it says 6 months. Those timelines that you see there are not necessarily accurate. Guys, let's recenter. Again, if you have a pending asylum, make sure you're paying that $100 fee. That $100 fee is due, whether your asylum is with the court or with USCIS. Make sure you call your lawyer or whoever you need to call and get your fees paid. That $100 fee may determine whether or not you're able to continue with your asylum. Okay. Somebody says, my naturalization process currently at interview scheduled. How long does it take for me to get the date? You should be able to log into your portal, Jack Sparrow, and see the date for your interview. Otherwise, the mail should come into in your mailbox within 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. What about H-2B? Yes, H-2B is different. If you're on an H-2B visa and you fall in love, then yeah, you typically can marry and adjust status. Somebody says, do you do an interview for green card and K1 visa? They may schedule an interview on the 485, yes. All right. Yes, even though it's at 14 months, yes. Went to marriage-based interview and the officer told me 2 days he will update the notice. Okay? And he hasn't updated anything yet? That's what you're saying? IV scheduling showing February 2025 interview date for I-130 immediate relatives. Is it true or not? I don't know what you're asking. No problem. It's been 1 week now and I have not received anything yet. And that's normal. They'll tell you that by the end of the day, you'll update it and then 3 months time before you see something. Okay? All right, guys, if you want to speak to me, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Again, if you're seeing me for the first time, we're talking U.S. immigration. Go ahead and click the link in the bio to book a consultation or text us 850-920-3475. Consultations are not free. Consultations are currently discounted to $79. Okay? Does a minor has to return to Jamaica in order to adjust their status if the mom is a green card holder? Yes. And that's easy because they don't need a waiver. All right. Somebody says, my mom did her fingerprints from last December and nothing until now. That's also normal. What type of case is your mom doing, Alyssa? But that's also normal, okay? Thank you, Candy K. They said to please, Candy K says, please call within office hours. Right. Or you can text right now. If you text right now, someone will respond to you. That's 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Jay, when we go for interview, they will tell us if we're approved. Sometimes they'll tell you on the day if whether or not you're approved. Yes. Can a mother receive the green card for her child who is a citizen for medical reasons? She's 17 years old. I don't understand. I don't understand the question. Can a mother receive a green card for her child who is a citizen? I don't understand the question. Reread it, rephrase it, and send it again. Guys, we've been talking for 30 minutes. We're talking US immigration. I'm going only for an hour, so 30 minutes more. And then I'm going to get off here. Again, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, you can. Just text the number 850-920-3475 or call us 850-920-3475. And we'll get you the link to book your consultation. It's currently $79, okay? Somebody says processing time for I-130 in the US. It's taking anywhere from 6 to 18 months right now. Come on, guys, please tap the screen and share the live. Again, remember we're talking US immigration and everything that we're discussing is educational resources, okay? Somebody says, I want to court for my hearing, and the court says my case was not being to court. So you went to court for your hearing and the court is saying that they don't have a case for you? Is a problem getting a work permit now? It depends on the category, right? Like my sister was born with a medical condition, so she has surgery. Okay. Can I adjust my status despite overstaying? Yes, you can. Is it a problem getting a work permit? No, you're asking the question, but I'm asking you a question and you're not answering that question. What category are you applying for work permit under? So mom come with a tourist visa and it's difficult. So mom is here with a tourist visa, and who's the US citizen filing for mom? Can a son who's a green card holder file for his mother? No, he can't. Jay, what about the asylum fee? If you have a pending asylum, make sure you pay that $100 fee. Once you have a pending asylum, please pay the $100 fee. Please. All right? Whether it's with USCIS or with EOIR, just pay the fee. All right? She's having a problem to go back and come back. I don't understand. Mom come with a tourist visa and it's difficult to go back and come back. So you're saying, so who's the US citizen? So no, once you qualify for the work permit and you apply for it and pay your money, then they'll adjudicate the case, and if you qualify, you'll get it. All right? The 17-year-old child is the one who has the surgery. Okay. All right. So mom has a visa. The 17-year-old child is the one who has the surgery. The 17-year-old child is also a U.S. citizen. And you're asking if mom can get a green card. So the 17-year-old child cannot file for a green card from mom. The 17-year-old needs to be 21 in order to file. If there's another child that is 21 or older, they can file for mom. But the child that's 17 cannot file for mom. The child needs to be 21 years. Okay? I got my green card in August through an American husband. Can I file for my daughter or my husband? How old is your daughter? You can file for your daughter, yes, but I wanted to know, how old is your daughter to see if your husband can file for your daughter. Even for medical reasons, yes. Even for medical reasons that don't bypass it. Somebody says, could ICE lock you up on your first asylum? It depends. Especially it depends on your background. At the time when you got married, how old was your daughter? Hey, I got removal proceedings, but I'm married to a U.S. citizen. Can I terminate it? Yes, you will need an attorney to help you with the process though. Alright, you'll need an attorney to help you with the process. So at the time when you got married, your daughter was 18. Alright, so then your daughter is not considered as step. We got married when she was 17. Okay, so if you got married when she was 17, it means that your husband is the stepfather under immigration law for your daughter. And yes, he can petition. One moment. We got married when she was 17. Okay, talk about that. If I have an asylum case next year, March, and I get married, can I cancel? You can't. Well, I wouldn't cancel my asylum case. And you getting married doesn't automatically cancel your asylum case. All right? My marriage base case was denied in 2016. Can I refile? Sure you can. Are you still married to your husband? Or your wife? If you are, you still can file. Why was it denied? Good evening, Mr. Karcher. Good while I haven't seen you. I'm okay. I'm okay. Tired, but I'm okay. We got a Stokes interview. Okay, you got a Stokes interview and it didn't go well. You can always refile. So if you're still married and separated, you can't refile. But let's talk. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says for over a year, I applied for a green card. What? I'm so sorry. Johnny, you said you have applied for a green card a year now on what? Come on, guys, take me to 20K likes. Come on, keep tapping the screen. That's all you got to do. I don't need no gifts or nothing like that. Just tap the screen. I mean, I do need gifts, but I mean, I need like the real money. Or maybe your credit card or something. You can call us tomorrow between 9 to 5. Or if you call now, you'll get somebody who will get you on the calendar. Yes. But you can text 850-920-3475 or 850-920-3475. But all I want you to do is to tap the screen, all right? That brings more people into the room and we can have an exciting conversation. Again, we're talking U.S. immigration. Everything that we're discussing is educational resources and none of it should be understood as legal advice. All right, again, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow also. I have VAWA case from 20 when? Got my green card. Somebody says less than 3 months. Marriage-based green card, Virginia. Congratulations. I have a case right now. We filed it less than 2 months and they're already scheduled for interview. All right. They're already scheduled for an interview. The answer to your question, Alicia, is no. Jamaican girl, you can call right now, but it's just that I won't be the one that you're going to be talking to. But you can call right now. I mean, if you text the number 850-920-3475, you'll get a response right now if you text it. For over a year now that I applied for a green card and I'm still waiting. Okay, what category did you apply for your green card under? Somebody says, I have good news. I have received my green card. Congratulations, Miss K. Happy for you. That's pretty good news. Where are you traveling to first? Come on, guys. Mitsuke got our green card. Let's celebrate her in the chat. Because that's what we need to do, right? We need to celebrate others until it's our time. We got to celebrate others until it's our time. Now that you got your green card, if you got a 2-year green card, you need to start putting together evidence now for when you need to remove the conditions from your green card. All right? Because if you got the 2-year conditional green card, in 2 years' time, 1 year and 9 months, you have to file to remove the conditions. So here's what I would recommend. Get a shoot box or a box like this. This box, my ink come in there. So get a box like this and just start dropping things there. Every mail that come in both of your names, just dropping it in there. Just put it close to the door. And you don't business what anybody want to say, but that's where you're going to start. Jesus Christ. That's where you're going to put your evidence to support your case, the 751. Oh my God. All right. My Q1 visa got revoked while here in the US. can I match? You possibly can. Yes, you possibly can. If you're dating and you're in love, you possibly can. Can a green card holder file for a spouse living in the US? They can only file an I-130. They'll not be able to adjust or change that person's status, okay? Oh, you got a 10-year. Well, congratulations. Guys, more congratulations in the chat for Miss K. She got a 10-year. All right? She got a 10-year, which means that her marriage was over 10 years when she got the visa, the green card. Her marriage was over 2 years. What you see? I hit my knee in the desk a while ago. That's what causing my brain to malfunction right now. Somebody says, my fiancé just arrived on a K1 visa a little over a month ago, filing for his green card soon. Well, congratulations, Victoria. Make sure that you guys get married. Why is he still your fiancé? You gotta get married. Gotta get married within 90 days, okay? I filed VAWA cases from 2003. How long for? VAWAs are taking a long time. They're taking like anywhere from 1 to 3 years. All right, so VAWAs, they do take a long time. Yeah, totally blessed. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Miss K, congratulations again. So Miss K, like how you get your 10-year visa now. I mean, your 10-year green card, and you always come on me live and ask me all sorts of questions. You know, can buy me 1 6-pack of Dragon. You must can buy me 1 6-pack of Dragon, man. Married to a U.S. citizen who is 20 plus years. Won't age affect me filing for my green card? How old are you? How old are you? I'm curious to know if anyone else can see my question. So I can see this question that you're asking, Janae, but we haven't seen any other questions from you. God's favors me. Good evening. All right. Good evening. Then somebody else here says, congratulations. Jamaican girl says that. Congratulations, Miss K. All right. No, it wasn't married. My daughter filed for me. Yeah, I remembered that your daughter filed for you. How long if I try denied case I-45, I'm out of status. I don't understand what you're saying, Sophia. So you filed and you got your case, your 45 was denied. Give us a call, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, is green card process speeding up? Oh, you're asking. Okay, in some cases, yes. Candy Gaze is too bad. Sure, I can buy you more than 6-pack of Dragon. All right. So, you can buy me one sectional. You can buy one sectional. Me see one Ashley furniture when me like it costs before taxes at $3,599. Can you buy me that instead? She said her daughter petitioned for her. Yeah, man, we heard that. Is K1 visa long process after being approved by? No, not typically a long process. I'm 36. My husband is 62. Here's the thing. You need to show evidence that your marriage is legitimate. That's it. You just need to show evidence your marriage is legitimate. Nothing is wrong if your 62-year-old husband loves young girls. Nothing is wrong if you love sugar daddies. You just have to show proof that your marriage is legitimate. That's what it takes. All right, that's what it takes. You got to show proof your marriage is legitimate. How if I try denied case petition, I'm out of status? I'm not understanding what you're asking, Sophie. I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. Somebody says, if your child petition for you, how long does it process take? Normal processing time. And really, it depends. Where are you located? Inside or outside of the country? Somebody says, we have been wrapping up things for the wedding next week. Okay, Victoria, where's the wedding gonna be? Shall I show up? I appreciate you on Immigration for One. No problem. Thank you so much. So because you appreciate me, you can buy me the sectional and we make Immigration for One sitting there one at a time. That's it. Somebody says, please pass citizenship test after applying for N400. Was asked RFE for child support. And I did after 4. After 4 what? I didn't hear it. After 4 months, I haven't heard anything yet. So yeah, once you get an RFE, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. Listen, don't talk about my chest eye, cause miss one of the pan TikTok a Bill Oski people. So no, don't talk about my chest eye, please. Okay. What about work permit? What are you asking about work permit, Stenet? Do you guys work hourly? Who? Like me? Alright. Somebody said sugar daddy is the best girl. How can I reach you, please? The numbers above my head is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. All right. I'm trying to go through all of these questions. Somebody says, will they send the work permit while waiting on the response for the RFE? Sometimes they will. Sometimes they don't. You know? All right. How can I reach you, please? 850-920-3475. Can my husband petition for my son in another country even if I don't get my green card? Yes, he can. As long as when you got married to your husband, your son was under the age of 18. I called the number and didn't get an answer. I'll fix that. Somebody will give you a call back, okay? Somebody will give you a call back. I didn't get an answer. You have ambitions, right, David? Okay, so they're on a call. That's why they didn't answer your call. So Tito, you're married and you want to know if you will get work permit. Yes, you can get work permit if you pay for it. How much does it cost if you could? How much of them? Reach out to us 850-920-3475 and let's talk about it. I think Marco Polo. Let's talk about it. Somebody says, done my adjustment of status interview about 3 months and it's still saying interviews at normal. Yes, it is sometimes. Go ahead and follow up with them to see what's happening. Darling, I just see it. Okay. Somebody says, my mom was denied I-45 because of what I provide, financial support. Can I file again? Yes, you can, Sophia. Go ahead and reach out to me if you want me to help you. 850-920-3475. Can a person give up green card and get visitor's visa? They sure can. What time is best time to reach you? You will have to call 850-920-3475 and then they'll give you a link to book a consultation with me. The link will take you to my calendar and it will tell you when I'm available. You will pay $79 to get a slot to talk to me. All right? That's fine, Sophia. That's fine. All right. I'm in Florida, USA. I'm in the USA. How long will it take the process if your daughter filed for you? Oh, normal processing time, anywhere from 6 to 18 months. Peter, what's going on? Please, sir, we paid for work permit asylum case. Yes, you got to pay for it. $550. Yes, Peter, I have Zelle. You want to send me your money? What time is the best time to reach you? Reach out to the number up top and you'll get on my calendar. Yes, Peter. I have Zelle, Peter. Can someone that came through the border and get married, can they get through and go back to their home country? They can get through, but why they want to go back to their home country? Remember, you leave your home country, and say your life in a danger and all of them sitting there. Why would they want to go back to their home country? Let's talk about that. But yes, you can come through the border and you can actually get married and get papers. I know a lot of people who, have been so lucky. I'm not in Florida right now. I'm in Georgia. All right. Do you guys pay for work permit through VAWA? No, work permit through VAWA is free. All right. What if you entered illegally? Do you have to go back to your home country to file for a visa? So if you entered illegally and say, for example, you got married and you didn't get a waiver or something, yes, you gotta get the 601 a waiver that will allow you to go back to be processed and come back. I'm located in Georgia, in Metro Atlanta. If someone overstay, got married to a U.S. citizen, how long it will take? It will take anywhere from 6 to 18 months for a green card. All right, 6 to 18 months. Guys, I have 9 minutes left on here with you. Go ahead and ask your questions if you have one. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, the number is above my head. Text us 850-920-3475. Again, that's 850-920-3475. Lauren, my pleasure. Yes, for the people who are asking, do you have to pay for a work permit, asylum base? Yes. And it costs $550. The phone line is currently busy, Rain. Somebody's on there. So can you give it maybe 5 to 10 minutes and then call back? All right, the phone line is busy. All right. But yes, if you have a pending asylum and you're filing for the work permit and you're using category C08, you have to pay $550 for that. Okay? Javed, no problem. My pleasure. All right. Now, if you have a pending asylum, you also is required to pay a $100 asylum fee. Once you have a pending asylum, go and pay it. I don't want anybody to ask me, oh, whatever file 2020, whatever file 2024, whatever file 2002. If you have a pending asylum, go and pay the $100 fee. USCIS is updating some of the records and they're telling people, hey, we're not doing anything else on your case until you have paid this $100 fee. And the court, some judges are saying, hey, if you don't pay this fee, then I have no other choice but to deny your case and order removal. Okay? If you have work authorization and you got married, how long it takes to get a green card? You having work authorization doesn't speed up the process for you to get a green card. Normal processing times will apply. Okay? Normal processing times are going to apply. Aren't they sending you notice to pay? Okay. I'm done talking. I'm done talking, Hallie. I'm done talking. Okay? Done talking. If you have a pending asylum, go and pay that $100 fee. That's it. I'm done. Afternoon. I did my biometrics other day and signed my signature. Not my married name. No, that should not be an issue. My husband is in Ethiopia, waits for interview only. Year and a half after I'm documentarily qualified. Are you a U.S. citizen or a green card holder? What's going on there? I'd interview late July, still haven't heard back. What do you think? Got paper, said held for review. Call them. Rashana, call them and find out what's going on. What are your thoughts on T visa right now? If you have a T visa, it's a relief. You're just waiting on it to be processed. Online account says nothing is due. Okay? This one was an affirmative also. And look at the notice at the end of it. The notice at the end of it says, before your application can proceed further, you must pay the annual asylum fee. All right. So if I were you, I just put my thing and check the status of it and see what it says. And if it says you need to pay the fee, go ahead and pay the fee. But again, if I were also you, I just pay the fee. You understand? Jim, if my daughter filed for me, how long will it take? Where are you located? Typically, it takes anywhere from 1 to 3 years, thereabout. If someone have a 10-year green card and get what now, Patsy? Is the I-130 for unmarried children over 21 years old process slow down? Wasn't it always slow? After filing for work permit on the VAWA, what's the waiting time? Anywhere from 5 to 9 months. Honestly, just being honest with you on that one. My EAD permit is taking longer than 3 months. Can I? You can. I don't know what's gonna do, but you can. Alright. Victoria, somebody's trying to get a work visa for agriculture. Those visas are kind of, I don't want to say easy to get, but there are a lot of those visas out there. Lots of those visas out there. Guys, in 4 minutes, we'll be talking for 1 hour. I did promise you an hour here. It was a pleasure coming on, answering your questions. Again, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, you can do so. The number to text or call is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. We have a discount on consultation right now. It's $79. If I have not answered your question, it's because I haven't seen it, all right? If someone has a 10-year, try to renew, get denied, why don't you apply for citizenship? If you are married to a U.S. citizen, but 2 months after the wedding, he got locked up, and it's almost 3 years. Where is he now? Still locked up? Stick to him, man, and you know, maybe if you're not gonna get released sooner, you can file and stuff like that. But stick to him. Show every time you call him. Show every time you send him money while he's locked up. Show every time you go to visit him. All of those stuff. Yes, Rain. All right, so thank you so much again, guys, for coming on. Again, if you wanted one-on-one chat with me, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says my EOIR court shows a system different nationality. How can I rectify that? Call them and ask them to fix it. What is a useful document a husband can use for applying for citizenship to prove that they've been together? Tax return? My work visa is soon expired. My boyfriend wants to get married, yet I'm left with 2 months. Him want to get married, marry him. That wouldn't even be a question. That wouldn't even be a question. Oh, they did separate taxes? Lease agreement? What do you have? A bank account that is joint? What do you have? Hey, Fire Queen, what do you have? Nothing. Insurance policy? Anything? Jesus. Wait 5 years instead of 3 then? Maybe. Maybe that's what you'll have to do. What are some evidences to set yourself up for approval? What type of case? Marriage-based case? Anything that you guys have jointly together, especially stuff like bank accounts, lease, ownership of houses, boats, stuff like that. My daughter, who has no papers, want to leave with her baby. Will they stop her at the airport? No, they won't. How long after marriage can you file? You can file the next day once you have all the evidence to support your case. What are y'all doing together? That is a shocker. Because they're together and they don't have anything together, right? They still need to remove conditions, so evidence is still needed. Yes. Thank you for reminding me of that. And that's a good question. What are they still doing together if they don't have any evidence? You need to start putting evidence together. What if you're doing an AOS but no joint account, lease, or insurance? Is that a big issue? Yeah. Of course, it's a big deal. It is a big deal because you basically don't have anything to show proof. You don't have a joint bank account, which means that you don't have any joint finances. You don't have any insurance. Again, you don't have any joint finances. You don't have a lease, which means there's no commingling going on. Yes, it's a big thing. It is a big thing. The baby was born here in America. So the baby is a U.S. citizen. They can go wherever they want to go. It's just that the mother, who is not a citizen, may not be able to come back. Supposed to told them that mingle at all. If they're not mingling at all, then it's not a conversation for TikTok. Not a conversation for TikTok at all. Alright, not a TikTok conversation. Come on, guys. Tap the screen. Bring me to 30K likes before I go. 30K likes before I go. Come on. Thank you, Ransom. Can I petition for my spouse using just my US passport for proof of... Yeah, you can. You can. If I have temporary I-551 stamp pending I-755, can I travel? You can. You can. But where y'all go? Somebody says that it must not be a real relationship because they have a boyfriend and they're getting a joint bank account. So... y'all do the math from there. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I'm on the C1. Can I get a work permit? You might not be able to get a work permit, Jaden, because you can't file an adjustment of status. And because you can't file an adjustment of status, you can't file for work permit. Okay. I mean, Jaden, it doesn't matter how many lawyers you want to use, you're still not gonna get a work permit because you came on a C1D visa. You can't adjust. But yeah, man, you can go and use any lawyer you want to use, but it won't change the outcome. Sir Trump said babies born here are not American. So what's... Yes, if the baby's born here, they're an American. Get the baby the American passport and the baby go wherever they want to go. I got my naturalization from a child through my dad. Do I need to file N600 before I can petition? You don't need to. You can, but you don't need to. Alright. You're worried that they may take the baby? Worried about the wrong things. Alright, but thank you so much again, guys, for coming on. The number is above my head if you want to chat with me. That's 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Thank you so much again. It's a pleasure connecting with you always. And I'll see you again pretty soon. Good night.